What's up, everybody? We are post game Vikings Eagles here for the Thursday night game. My Vikings go to 0-2. Tough game, but we got to stop just turning the ball over. I mean, we had the big turnover on that punt return. We had the big Madison turnover, the Kirk Cousins fumble. I mean, it's just turnover after turnover, and you can't win like that against a good team. I mean, we're trailing, trying to come from behind. Trailing, trying to come from behind here, and just did not work out. I mean, it started to come back towards the end there. I mean, offensively, I mean, we played well, other than the turnovers. It's just those turnovers kill us. We can't do that. But I mean, Kirk on the night looked solid. 31 of 44. We knew he was going to throw it about 40 times tonight. 364 yards for 4 touchdowns. Madison 8 for 28 on the ground, under 4 a carry, which is typical of him. But JJ goes off 11 for 159. But again, no touchdown. The touchdown went to Jordan Addison, who went 3 for 72 on 5 targets. And then Hawkinson with the big 2 touchdowns, 7 for 66, 2 tutties on the 8 targets. Osborne 3 of 34. Even he had a touchdown as well. He also had a big drop also. But I mean, Cousins, Powell, Madison, and JJ had the turnover too. You're talking about 4 turnovers. 4 turnovers. The defense actually played pretty well. I mean, the turnovers just kind of killed us. We played well in the beginning. Then we couldn't stop the run. But DeAndre Swift, 28 for 175 with a tutty. And we said he was going to be, boom bust, risk reward type. So depending on what you needed, if you wanted to shoot for the upside in DeAndre Swift, and he actually turned it out today. I mean, 28 carries. They gave him the workload, but Gainwell wasn't there. So is he going to continue to get the workload? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think he continues to get the workload once Gainwell comes back. We know he's not capable of containing the workload for a long period of time, right? He never has ever in his career, and that's what we've wanted out of DeAndre Swift for the longest. And finally, he gives us 28, 175 with a tutty. He doesn't get hurt, but can he continue this during the season? I don't know. The chances are probably slim when it comes to that. But you've got Scott, you got Penny, you've got Gainwell. So just a ton of options there. Devonta Smith goes off 4 for 131 with the touchdown on 5 targets. I mean, they don't pass the ball a ton. AJ Brown 4 for 29 on 6 targets. Goddard 6 of 22. It was nice that he didn't have a donut tonight, but Swift 3 for 6 on 3 targets, and Penny had a target for 5 yards. On his little barely playing time for Penny. It was just all Swift tonight. And a few plays from Scott. But other than that, if you played Swift on your team, I mean, you were rewarded. You know, you were rewarded. It was definitely a risk, but One Nation, what up, One Nation? But yeah, a lot of people had questions on Swift this week coming in, and if the response was if Gainwell definitely doesn't play, it's going to be a risk reward situation. I mean, it seems like the perfect situation to play him, but he's one of those guys that'll give you either 30 yards or 130 yards. He gave us 175 tonight. So, depending on your options that you had, and if you wanted to take that risk with Swift, if you were going against a team, maybe you needed to chase the upside, or maybe you're going zero RB strategy, right? So you need the upside. In that case, yeah, you're going to play Swift every time. Johnny, what up, Johnny? Who would have thunk it that Swift would have pulled it off like that? I had him on my bench because I was worried about the risk. Yeah, a lot of people were worried about the risk. He's on a lot of people's benches. A lot of people wanted to see it first, but again, depends on your situation, depends on your team, how your team is built, and who you're starting over him. He's always going to be a risk reward situation. If there was a night to play him, it would be tonight because Gainwell was out. So, going forward, once Gainwell comes back, like you're not going to see 28 carries again, for DeAndre Swift. That I don't think is going to happen again when Gainwell comes back. But can he sustain that over a long period of time? He's always shown that he can't. So we'll see. Do you take IDP questions? I don't do much IDP. I'm in a few hustler leagues that have some IDP, but you can ask and I'll try my best to answer it. Started Kirk, yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about, Adam. Listen, Kirk's going to be a top 10-ish QB all season. He's going to throw, 30 plus touchdowns. He's going to throw, 4,500 plus yards. We know he's going to do that already. We're a bad team. Our defense is not that good, even though we did look, pretty good at times tonight. And even last game too. But we got to stop turning the ball over. So yeah, Kirk is going to be airing it out. Madison is not Dalvin Cook. And we just want to throw the ball more anyway. So I mean, listen, we've got weapons, so we're using them. But yeah, Kirk is playing well enough. I mean, he had that fucking turnover, but which he should have saw that coming or felt that, but he's throwing the football well. Johnny says, "Here's hoping Etienne and Pierce can pull it out for me this week when my opponent had Hawkinson." Yeah, I've got Hawkinson in a few leagues, so that was awesome. Hammer, you hopping on? I'll send you the link. I'm only gonna be on for probably like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, maybe. Let me send hmm, let's send Hammer the link, see if he wants to hop on. But yeah, I mean, I don't like Pierce. I could have took the risk on Swift over Pierce, but I feel you if you didn't want to chase that. ETN, you're not starting Swift over ETN, so that's just not going to happen. In hindsight, it's easy to say, coulda, woulda, shoulda. I should have did this, should have did that, but Adam said, "Do you think that Miami, New England will end up being a high-scoring shootout?" I mean, Miami can score points. New England's defense has always been good over the years, but I mean, it could definitely be high scoring. I mean, you're talking about a high scoring offense, one of the best offenses in the league, really, passing offenses in Miami with a healthy Tua, Cheetah, and Waddle. So it could be. Is it going to happen? I don't know. Trying to start Hunter Henry. Yeah, listen, if you got Hunter Henry, you're gonna just start him every week. You're not gonna be able to pick which tight end is gonna be, the guy for any particular week. So if you have just take one guy and you're just gonna play him. They all end up the same. So kind of gonna go there. Yeah, I mean, I never liked him. I never liked him, but the problem is now that trying to get off of him after two kind of shit games. So it's not really the right time to try and sell. I mean, you can try and find somebody that might wanna try and buy him, that likes him, but can you tear down to like Cole Kmet and pick up something else with it? Like Cole Kmet is a legit top 10, top 8 tight end. He goes for cheaper than any of the other tight ends. So yeah, Madison's got fucking fumbling issues. I mean, we don't have any Madison shares. I stayed away from Madison altogether this year. I mean, we're just passing the ball way too much. I mean, which is good. I'm not complaining. But for the running back position, it's gonna be up and down for Madison. It really is. You're gonna have to hope he gets in the end zone. And that's the thing with Madison is that he's on a good team. So even though he might not get that much work, if he's got opportunities to score touchdowns, that's what you hope for. So I tried to trade for Hawkinson, Waller in 2 seconds, but was denied. Owner sees Hawkinson as a wide receiver one. I mean, yeah, especially in tight end premium. I mean, you see what he's doing. Yep. But yeah. Jay said, "Wake Hammer up. Let's talk Swift." Yep. He was a risk reward. We had a ton of questions on Swift the last couple days. Receiver one value, I should say. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that, especially in tight end premium. I mean, he scores points. He scored a ton of points tonight. Have him in one of these tight end premiums. 36 he scored in one. I mean, crazy. 27 in another. I mean, he did his thing. He did his thing. Yeah, we all hate how Sirianni uses running backs. It's all fucking cryptic, and we don't know what the hell is going to happen. So, I was saying before, like if there was a game to start Swift, like this would have been the game to do it. When there was a risk reward play, so he rewarded you if you wound up playing him. But you can't look back and say, "Oh, I should have played him over, my running back that I got in the second, third round." I mean, no. It just depends who you have. If you could have fit him in the slot and the flex, then you could have fit him in the flex. So, JJ, what's up, man? 10-man PPR trade. CD Lamb for Devontae Adams. No, I want CD Lamb. I want CD Lamb. I mean, if they scored 40 points the first game. The defense was killing it. They didn't have to throw the ball, so I'm not trading CD Lamb. I have CD Lamb ahead of Devontae Adams. I mean, Mac throws the ball. I mean, he's going to throw 30 plus touchdowns. He's going to throw for, 4,500 yards. Like, definitely keeping CD there, especially in a 10 man. You want those hammers. You want to keep CD, JJ. Appreciate you for tuning in, man. Smash that like for me. Smash that subscribe, guys, if you're new. Appreciate y'all. Andrew said Jefferson had a bad game, but still put up crazy numbers. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would have considered that a bad game. I think he was what, like 9 of 11? No, 11 of 14. My bad. 11 of 14 for 159. I mean, he had the fumble, so I guess if you're referring to that as the bad game, then yeah, you could definitely say that because that cost us. If he would have scored that touchdown, I mean, that would have been a big swing. So that would have definitely worked. But yeah, we had to be better. I mean, this is why Justin Jefferson was the number one pick. This is why he was the 101. The road for 2K, he's on his way. So, Boba, what up, Boba? Trade Gibbs for Ridley in a 9 PPR. Yes, I would definitely trade Gibbs for Ridley in 9 PPR. Yes. Give me the wide receiver, especially after what we saw last week. Marty, what up, Marty? What's good, brother? BNEP said Pierce, Gus Edwards, Miles Sanders, which two? We're gonna go. I mean, Miles Sanders has to be a must in this. Pierce pretty much has to be a must, even though I'm not in love with both of those running backs. But you have to play them over Gus Edwards because you don't know what's gonna happen with the Ravens situation. Are they gonna? It's gonna be split between him and Hill, and who's gonna get the goal line work. It looks like Hill is gonna be the guy getting the goal line work. Maybe Gus Edwards gets the majority of the other work. I just don't know. So I would play just Pearson and Miles Sanders, I think. Appreciate you, B-Nep. Boba said, "Who's better, Tua or Cousins?" I mean, they're both great quarterbacks, I guess. I mean, Cousins has been in the league obviously a lot longer, but that's a tough one. Do you mean like real life, or do you mean like fantasy wise? Cousins has been a top 10, ish QB fantasy wise. Vi Queen, what's up? Yeah, all we can do is laugh at this point. I mean, actually played a pretty good game. We just fucking got to stop turning the ball over. We have to stop turning the ball over. We have to. Because without the turnovers, I mean, 4 turnovers, we can't expect to win against a team like the Eagles. At 4 turnovers, we only lost by, a touchdown. That game could have been a lot different without the punt return fumble, without Madison's fumble, JJ's touchback, Cousins' fumble, KJ's drop. Like, what the fuck? I mean, come on. Fucking I saw KJ drop that. I thought fucking Kadarius Toney was on the team. I'm like, come on. We needed that, bro. Fumbles were crazy wild. Boba said fantasy wise. I think I'll probably lean Tua because that's like a really, really high powered offense with Tua, like the two really great receivers. Not that Addison is not a great receiver as well, but just that way that offense is. Give me Tua, but they're not that far off. Neither of them run, so it's just a matter of touchdowns and yards. Yeah, fumbles were definitely wild, man. It was fucking crazy, man. Will the Vikings pick up Hunt or Fournette? I mean, it's possible, but neither of them are gonna fucking be able to help us right now. I mean, we got bigger issues than that. We just got to stop turning the ball over. I mean, we don't need fucking Madison to be what Dalvin Cook was. Like, we're changing that up, and we're just passing the ball more. So, we've got the wide receivers, we've got the tight end, we've got the young players around to make plays. So I don't think like a running back automatically solves the issue. Would it be nice to have like a Jonathan Taylor? Yeah, but that's not going to happen. We just paid Hawkinson. We got to pay JJ. Who knows what's happening with Kirk or what we're going to do at the quarterback position? So it's possible, but I don't think that's really the issue at the moment. Yeah, what the fuck? That's all I can say, man. It's just Tony vibes, right? I'm like, what the fuck? When did we trade for Tony? Like, JJ looked awesome though. JJ looked good. He still can't score the damn touchdown though. That just pisses me off. Should have had that tutty, man. If he held on to that, I mean, but this could have been a very different game. I think it was good for us to see, that we can put up points like that, when we're kind of clicking and everything. But we need to click and not turn the ball over, and keep it a game because I mean Philly, they weren't that great. I mean, we actually played pretty good defense. We couldn't stop the run, obviously, but they couldn't really pass it on us like that. Um, I mean, 193 for Hertz, 18 of 23, a touchdown in the into. We had the nice into there, but I mean, 23 pass attempts. And that's the thing with, having a guy like Godert or even AJ Brown and, Devonta Smith, it gets frustrating sometimes. They don't get the targets. You're not working with as much targets. You just got to be really efficient, which they were last year. So does that happen again this year? Vikings probably the best 0-2 team you're going to see after week 2. Looks like just mental mistakes. Got to remember it's defending NFC champs. No, without a doubt. Listen, we should have won week 1. We fucked up. We lost. I mean, whatever. And we came into a tough week 2 matchup here against Philly. So, oh, I mean, I knew going in we can possibly be 0-2. We're playing a great team, but there were things I liked. We didn't get blown out like the Giants, 40-0. So, it wasn't like that. I mean, and then listen, week 3, we got a tough matchup next week too. I mean, we got the Chargers. Chargers defense isn't anything special, but they can play on offense. So, that's gonna be a good game. So we've got and then we got the Panthers after that. So listen, if we can win next week and then beat the Panthers and be 2-2 going into week 5 where we play the Chiefs. I mean, that's ideal. We need to win these next 2 games if we really want a chance because beating the Chiefs is going to be tough. So if we can go into that Chiefs game at 2-2, I think we can be happy about that. Week 6, we have the Bears. So listen, can we get to 3-3 here and then kind of take it from there? I'll be happy with that. I can live with that. Like, just let's get to 3-3. Let me know what you think, Vite Queen. You think Marty, and Marty as well. You think we can get to just 3-3? Would that be kind of ideal? I think that's kind of what I'm looking at here. One score games are going the other way this year. Yeah, you could say that about last game for sure. And that's going to happen sometimes, but we've got to the turnovers have got to stop, and we wouldn't be in this situation. I mean, we weren't turning the ball over like this last year, so like that's definitely got to stop. And this game, I mean, it was a little bit different because we were playing from behind. We were down by a lot. It wasn't a close game all throughout, and then unfortunately, we lost at the end. Like, nah, we were getting busted for a little bit. Yeah. Is Brees Hall back or still a concern with last year's injury? Well, I mean, he had a clean tear, so I think that that was a good sign. And seeing him last week, I mean, he looked pretty good. So I think that early on in the season, they're going to kind of ease him in, but I expect him towards the end of the season to kind of get to get more ramped up. So no, I'm not concerned with the injury. I would just say if there is anything to be concerned of, it's how many touches he gets, early on. But we saw already he doesn't need much touches to make an impact. So you think better than that, but I would take 3-3. Listen, we're 0-2 already, so I mean, and then we're going to play the Chiefs. So if we can win those. If we can win the next 2 games and then, go into the Chiefs at 2-2, realistically, if we mark that up as a loss, then we're 2-3, and then beat the Bears and get to 3-3. I mean, I could live with that. I think that's what we need to kind of aim for. So, you know, beat the Chargers, beat the Panthers, beat the Bears week 6. Try our best against Mahomes. Oh man. Let me go back to week 2. Hamadans, what's up, man? Watson and Shaheed and Murray, or Watson or Shaheed and Murray, 12-team superflex. Is a trade, I'm guessing. Murray, is this Kyler Murray? And what Watson is this? Is this Christian Watson? Is this Deshaun Watson? I'm guessing Deshaun Watson or Murray and Shaheed. And I'm going to take Deshaun Watson. Shaheed is not going to tilt the scales for me to take Kyler Murray. Just let me know if I'm reading that right, Maddens. Yeah, both QB. Okay, yeah. Give me Watson. Yeah, give me Watson. Kyler's gonna he might have a tough time, coming back obviously from injury, and then he's gonna not be on a good team. If they even keep him, maybe they move him. I mean, that's kind of best case scenario, but it's gonna be tough with that contract. I'm not sure what's gonna happen, so we're just gonna have to wait and see. It's a long season. We are faithful, loyal fantasy lessons to blow, fan of football. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely a long season. But I think I'd be really happy if if we can turn this to 3-3. I think that'll give us a good shot at that point. Because I mean the Chiefs are gonna be tough. Chiefs are definitely gonna be tough. So I mean I didn't play Addison in one league. And I mean, you can only start 3 wide receivers at most, so it was just hard to play him. It was just hard to play him. But I played him in all my other leagues that I have, in the deeper leagues, start 10s, and I was happy about that. I've got Kirk in one league, so I was happy about that. But I went against Kirk in like 4 leagues this week, which was just terrible. and I think all of them are 6-point passing touchdowns. So that hurt. That hurt for sure. That hurt for sure. But yeah, guys. I mean, throw any questions that you guys have out there. I figured I'd just come on, talk about the game real quick, see if anybody's got any questions or anything. Figured I'd be on only for like half an hour, 45 minutes maybe at most. But while I'm out here, just throw out whatever y'all got. But yeah, I mean, Swift, crazy. Swift is he's just one of those guys. Like he's either going for 30 or 130, and he gave us that $170 tonight. So to week 2 here. So Packers, Falcons. Algiers a good play, definitely for sure this week. Until further notice, right? AJ Dillon might be a really good play as well, especially if Aaron Jones don't play. Yeah, Kirk is a baller. I like Kirk. I mean, like, I don't know what it is. Are we gonna pay him? But I think the offense looked good. We just got to clean up the turnovers. If we clean up the turnovers, it's a totally different ball game. So that's really the issue. The defense is playing a lot better. So even though we're 0-2, like I can, when you look at the bright side of things, it's not too bad yet. But we got to fix this. We got to get to 3-3. We'll get that done, and and we'll take it from there. Um, Drake London, can't even play him this week, like until further notice. Pretty much, I don't know what the fuck. It's horrible. If you're following me on Instagram, I posted something today. As a matter of fact, I should be able to pull it up. Let me see if I can pull it up. Of Kyle Pitts just wide open on these two plays. And you guys let me know if you can see this or not. You might not be able to see this that good, but I'll try and bring it up on the screen. This way, y'all can just see this guy just won't throw the football here. But yeah, you see Kyle Pitts here run this route. Guy falls just wide open. I mean, he's celebrating against a defender. Like, look what I did. Here's another one just over the middle, wide open, just not throwing the ball that way. I mean, hmm, these guys are open. They just need somebody to really throw the ball there. But you know, it's rough for the Drake Londons of the world right now. Even the Garrett Wilsons. I mean, Zach Wilson goes down. I mean, Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson's the quarterback now with Aaron Rodgers going down. So what can we expect? Is he any better than what he was last year? Can we hope? Can we pray that he's better than what he was last year? I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And that's the rough part. But mhm. All right, y'all. If y'all ain't got any more questions, I'm probably just gonna get up out of here. We'll be on tomorrow night. Hammer will be on tomorrow. We'll go over the games this week. We'll look at some of the start sit options as well. Who we like and who we don't like. And so any questions y'all have, just let us know as we're on tomorrow night as well. We'll be on I think Saturday night also. So Richard, what's up, Richard? Kadarius and Puka on waiver. Should I drop Drake? No. I want to say no. I like Puka. Problem with if Puka and Kadarius is on waivers, it might be a shallow kind of league. Puka, I'm not sure what's going to happen after Cooper Cup. Is he a good play until Cooper Cup comes back? Yes. Is he a good play if Cooper Cup doesn't come back? Yes. But Kadarius Toney is going to be hit or miss all season, so you can take the chance on that if you want. Dropping London feels harsh. Is there anybody else that you can drop? I feel like maybe there's somebody else you can drop. If there's nobody else you can drop, then I'm okay with playing with taking Tony or Puka if you feel more comfortable with that. Because obviously it seems like you don't even need Drake, so I'm okay with getting rid of him if you have to, man. If you've got no other choice, usually there is another choice, but Michael Thomas. Uh, oh yeah, I think you got to keep Michael Thomas. Yeah. I think you got to keep Michael Thomas compared to Drake. I mean, I don't know what the upside is going to be right now, but the thing is, it could get better. We could see a QB change. Like if Heineke winds up coming in at one point because Ritter is just not doing it. I mean, they might be winning, but if Ritter is not throwing the ball downfield, if they can't, if they can't win in passing situations or when they're down or when they need to throw the football, then maybe they take Ritter out like they did Mariota last year after they figured out that he was trash. Hopefully they see now that Ritter's trash and I have London and Thomas now. Yeah. I like both of those guys over Puka. I don't know about Kadarius. Kadarius is a kind of a hit or miss. So if you like Kadarius, then I drop London out of the two, but it's rough for me to even do that because they're going to spread the ball around in KC also. But that's a great offense. So even if they get the ball in his hands, I mean, what's the chances he stays healthy as well? So if you feel Kadarius Tony can stay healthy, because I think he'll be a lot better as long as he's healthy. He'll be fine. Then I take Kadarius. Otherwise, I'm just keeping Drake London and Michael Thomas. Thomas didn't look half bad, but how long is this going to last? I mean, Olave looked awesome, so salute. Yeah, no problem, Richard. Appreciate you as always. But all right, guys, let me. I guess I'm gonna get up out of here. Throw any last questions. I'll give y'all another, 60 seconds or so, and then I'll get up out of here, and we'll see y'all tomorrow night, about 10 Eastern tomorrow night. We'll be on, and we're looking more into week 2, looking more into some of these games, into some of these players, some of these matchups, and what decisions, any decisions that people need to make. So, hmm. But yeah, overall, I mean, I don't know. The Eagles played good, but they didn't like. I feel like by way more than what they did. You know, definitely think they should have won by way more than they did. Watson, Flowers, and Godwin. Pick two. Flowers and what's those matchups? Godwin and Dodson. Dodson against the Broncos and Godwin against the Bears. That Bears D kind of got tore up. I have to go with Godwin there. So Godwin and Flowers. But all right, y'all. I am about to get up out of here. Again, we'll see y'all tomorrow, 10 Eastern.